We are back, season 2, Music Life Social podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're back in the building.
Back.
I am one of your hosts, Raheem, aka Big Heem.
You know what it is? It's General Mills, Signature Styles, always salute.
It is Mr. Popular, aka Rob Villa. We up in here. Double S.
Cool, man. We definitely got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into for tonight.
Right.
First thing we want to talk about is Economic Blackout Day, February 28th, in response to Donald Trump's DEI cuts and other companies following suit. People of color have decided to cease spending their dollars at certain stores that have, disbanded their DEI policies or whatever. I think some of the stores on the list is Walmart, Home Depot,
Yep.
I think Amazon, Target, Tractor Supply. It's quite a few others, but
Right.
basically the premise is no one's spending any money at any stores today unless it's a black-owned small business or whatever, to try to send a message that our dollars count. What's you all's opinion on that, man?
Well, I think it's definitely something that we should enforce or try to come together on, just to show our power. You know what I mean? It's the DEI may be affecting some of us and maybe not really affecting some of us, but it's just the principle of just trying to exclude our kind of people or people of color or anybody of color really. So I know some other brand, some brands too, like the Nestle and General Mills, the cereals and stuff like that. Me and my peoples have a text, and then they was like, "Oh, I can't eat cereal and this and that," and I'll be like, "Yo, you gotta take the sacrifice, man." You know what I mean? And make an impact.
I agree with both of y'all as far as with spending our money where it's respected. But I did some more research on the economic blackout, and it was actually started by, I don't know if he's Jewish or not, but his name's John Schwartz. He's the CEO of the People's Union. And his name for us was the economic blackout wasn't about black dollar. It was about corporate greed. And somehow our people, we always get attached to something that's not, we always get attached to something that's co-op. In a sense where he started it, where as far as with he was like, hey, I don't like how prices are, whatever, gas, eggs is getting high.
Right.
He's been starting it for 10 years. He got to go fund me. And so with him, he created a day on February 28th. He wanted to do an economic blackout. So as far as with us black folks, I don't know about people, as far as with other folks, whether they Hispanic, Chinese, or whatever, but as far as black folks, somehow we always get lumped into somebody else's struggle. As far as with, okay, we're going to do our blackout because they're expecting our dollars. In turn, we actually supporting somebody else's cause. So it's like, if this was like part of a Black History thing we were doing every February 28th, okay, we ain't gonna spend no money but in our own neighborhood, but in fact, we are helping someone else's cause. That's what we always do. We help the LGBT cause. We help somebody else, whoever cause it may be, immigration cause. But when it comes to black folk, it's like, we always be by ourselves.
I agree with that. I do.
So I mean, I'm cool with it, whatever we want to do, the economic blackout, but it's like, we helping to call somebody he's worried about because X, Y, and Z. I don't like the way bread is $5 a loaf.
So did he do this before DEI? Before this DEI?
Yeah, he's been doing this for 10 years. And he said on February 28th, I want to do a economic blackout. And the DEI, let's be real with the DEI stuff.
That's what I was saying.
Only 3%. In fact, only 3% of black folks benefit from that, and out of that 3%, like almost 2-point-something black women benefited from it, and less than 1% of black men. Most people that benefit from DEI is white women and white gay males.
Yeah,
so it's like, but society.
Here I'm at with DEI. I mean, I understand the purpose, to promote, like the name says, diversity,
Right.
equality and inclusion in the workforce, and as far as jobs and things of that nature. You know, people have been fighting for, job equality
Right.
and living wages since I don't know when. I mean, take Dr. Martin Luther King before he died. His
I'm a
Poor
man.
People's Campaign
Yeah.
or whatnot was focusing on that. As far as the I understand it, but I'm like, where's the alternative? I think our man hours could be used better instead of focusing just on DEI, more on infrastructure. Like the black hotels, black banks, black stores, black grocery stores. That way we don't have to depend on going to Walmart, Target, using Amazon, things of that nature. And I know some of these places exist, but they just need more support, or they need to be more visible where
More
black people
highlighted.
can find them, more accessible or whatnot if they do exist. Because I'm just like, all right, we do this today. I go to Walmart tomorrow, parking lot filled with
Full of,
black people.
yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure, for
saying?
sure, for sure.
Some of the stores are filled. I'm like, okay, it may make an impact today, but what about tomorrow or
Yeah,
the rest of the days?
that's
Right.
You know what I mean?
and that's what that's what I agree. It was like, okay, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, yeah, like I was talking to, one of our homies. I was talking to him earlier. It's like, yeah, man, black folks showed up for the no blackout thing. I said, but that's not our cause. Like that's not, we boycott for the day, but that's somebody else's thing. But he worried about, he's in middle America, upper class middle America, because he don't like the way something, parts of the price of whatever eggs or bread. And I was just, I ain't do a deep dive, but I did a thing on him. Like he lives in Chicago, but he's from Queens. He said, I grew up in the projects. He's like, well, I grew up around blacks, whites, Russians, and Jews. We didn't see color. So when somebody said they didn't see color,
Mm-hmm.
that's a red flag to me. I don't care. I'm sorry. Like you don't see color, especially a white man saying you don't see color. It's like, oh, nah, I want you to see color so you understand what
The difference
I'm
is,
going
yeah,
through,
what's
and vice
exactly
versa. So
right.
he got to go fund me, and that's why I was like, man, my thing is I want our people to do more research when it comes to certain things like this, because like we just jumping on like how we all in the forefront of DEI, and we less than 3% of that. And you go to, they protested in the Senate today or yesterday, and like all the federal employees got fired because of the DEI. Majority of them were white women. Majority, if you go look at it, and they was in the Senate, it was like a couple of
Yeah,
brothers and
that's all.
sisters,
Like I
but the
know there's
majority
been
of
a
them was
whole
white
bunch of
women.
black people that was
And so it's
getting
like,
fired from those government employees. No, we do have a lot of people that that's in DC. I know a lot of people that work for the government and all that stuff when I was out there in DC. But that's DC. That's one area. As far as when you think of nationwide, a lot of us probably was not on that force. You know what I'm saying? We get in, we try to get in, and be good. But I'm pretty sure it was a very small percentage of black people that was really affected by that. Maybe in DC it was a larger number because it's like a black city out there, and it's government straight. Mostly a lot of government jobs and all that out there. But you know,
Now, I will say, because I looked at the numbers, the federal government does have a history of hiring a large amount of African Americans, people of color, and it's not just in the DC area; it is across the United States.
yeah,
But Jasmine Crockett made a good point. Probably about 5 or 6 days on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you all saw her interview or whatnot. The congresswoman out of Texas
yeah,
or
I got
whatnot.
issues with her, but go ahead.
Yeah, she was saying that how it's funny how they're cutting these jobs, these probationary jobs, but that only makes up a small percentage of the budget in the waste. And most of the waste, 50% of the budget goes toward the DOD,
yeah,
and the Department of Defense has been unable to pass an audit in 6 years. And they had like $1,000 toilets and things of that nature, but they didn't start cuts over there and maybe because Elon is getting a check for like 4 million for Tesla,
Yep.
3 million for SpaceX, you know. So I mean,
But
hey,
that's my thing with her though. Really, she be when every time the Republicans in office, she be barking. But then when this, because you said 6 years, Biden been in there for past 4 years, and that stuff could have
mm-hmm,
got handled while he was in office. And that's my thing with her. Sometimes, like even when like with some black issues that people was going towards her about, and she reneged on a lot of stuff for us containing to black folks. So that's why I'm like, I get it. I get it, but at the same time, come on now. Like, I think a lot of black folks are starting to wake up, like not trying to be loyal to one party, the
mm-hmm,
Democratic Party.
Right.
And that's like, we got, we're not all just all in one lump sum, because as far as what all of us, like we all got different, like we don't like to be around crime. You see what I'm saying? We don't like to be around that stuff, but at the same
right,
time, they think that, okay, we're gonna stop crime in your neighborhood. Ain't no crime going in my neighborhood. I want the gas prices. You know what I'm saying? I want certain things that, you know what I'm saying? We got certain issues that white folks got too, or other, it's like, no. So
right,
I think that the Democratic Party need to wake up on certain things like that. But I get what she said. I know it. We know what they're doing in the White House. So it's not new to us, because we've seen that coming up. As far as with us three talking, on a daily, like we seen this happening 4 years ago. It's like he about to be in office again. And y'all need to y'all need to get your ducks in a row, Democratic Party, because we already know when he get in there, he's gonna do what he say he's gonna do on the first day. Lo and behold, he did it, and everybody's in shock that he did what he did on the first day. But we try to tell y'all, but y'all want to have Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage, and we're trying to tell you about, hey man, y'all get these policies in order, or whatnot. I'm sorry, I'm on my.
It's crazy.
nah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. With the whole DEI thing, they had other mentionings besides just the 28th. You know what I mean? They had some other days that they was planning on banning, like a week. But let me see if I could go back to it, like a week for March 7th. It's just like they just had different.
Yeah, because we did it before. You remember, we did it before when Trayvon Martin, when Black folks, we just boycotted. When that Trayvon Martin came out, we boycotted for like a week, as far as we come
Yeah,
with Black folks. So it's like we got to find. I'm with him, like another alternative to that. I mean, it's cool to
right.
boycott, but we got to find, instead of boycott, it's okay. You just don't even let people know. It's like we're gonna buy black for a whole buy black period.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
that was the narrative in general. But like you said,
Yeah.
tomorrow you go there tomorrow, Walmart, all these stores is going to have black people in. It's just like, the most powerful thing we got is our dollar, though. I mean, you got to think about it. These decisions and these congressmen and everybody, they doing what they want to do. It's not really like the last thing. The last thing that we have is an impact in the White House or on those. We voted. The whole is set up now the way they got control. So now it's just like, what can we really do? What infrastructure can we build? Unless, like you said, we just gonna buy black and invest in black, and build like that and start like that. I mean, that's really the only thing we can really do besides not spend our dollar, because we spend the most money on frivolous stuff we really don't need. You know what I'm saying? We are the biggest spenders. Those are facts. Opinions is different. Those are facts. We spend the most. So that's some kind of power that we got. You know what I mean? That is a power to do immediately. We could all pitch in and make an effect
Yeah.
tomorrow if we really stick to it. Is the whole thing.
I think as far as what, I don't know what another alternative could be, but I think stay really
Like
in.
grocery stores, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, in urban areas and underserved areas, you know, food access, sometimes the closest grocery store may be 7 or 10 miles away or whatever,
Yeah.
that people cannot reach. They don't have transportation to reach.
Mhm.
You know, we need to put black-owned grocery stores where people have access to healthy food, things like that.
Yeah. And
It's just
yeah, shout out to Marta though, because they be trying, for all y'all know, we in Atlanta, but like every Wednesday, I think every Wednesday, whatever day it is a week, they have, you probably know him, they have a fresh market thing where people could come and buy fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff there every Wednesday. Or sometimes they give it away for free for people who's underserved. They, so
Right.
some things that, because it's no secret that most black folks ride MARTA, the train and all that. So they like we try to serve, put it in places that underserved, like parts of the West End. I seen it in the West End. I seen it at Ashby train station. So I guess things like that, but like sometimes it's kind of hard to trust our own politicians too. So it's like, man, I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen John Ossoff more out in them streets, and I seen other politicians.
But shout out to John Ossoff,
Yeah.
because John Ossoff did he just brought back some funding for black college students.
Because I think they was they reinstated back those scholarships to HBCUs, and John Ossoff was on the forefront of that.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. Shout out to him.
I'm gonna say Raphael Warnock. I mean, I don't,
Hey,
I
man.
I don't know what he has done, but all I can say is he's been less visible than John Ossoff.
The only thing he did,
you know what I'm saying, and less outspoken than John Ossoff.
Yes.
What I have seen,
right.
You know what I'm saying.
Even with the mail in Atlanta getting backed up, John Ossoff was on the forefront. Got Buddy up out here, the head postmaster. All I seen Raphael Warnock do, he was in that commercial with that MAGA Tommy Tuberville, former coach of Auburn. They was in a truck bed full of peanuts up to their knees, talking about railways and stuff, bipartisan. I'm like, okay, nah, man, we need.
Yeah, I seen them promoting those battery powered school buses.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. Just like that's all well and good for the environment, but we need real change, immediate change right here in the community.
Yeah.
Again, I can't say what he has not done because all I can speak on is visibility. He hasn't been visible to me.
And like
that's all I can say. Where you at? You know what I'm saying?
You go to his district.
Yeah.
You go to his district.
Real quick. Pastor Jamal Bryant. For those that are not familiar with him, he is the pastor of New Birth Missionary Church down in Atlanta,
right,
or whatnot. He's organizing something called Target. I think it's called Target Fast. He has a website, targetfast.org, where they boycott Target for 40 days or whatnot. Or and it may be not just Target, maybe certain stores also.
Right.
Because of these DEI pushback. So that's something that he's organizing also.
Man, I can't get with him. No. If I see him, I'll let him know about himself. No.
What you mean, though? What you mean?
He got a underage girl pregnant. Only she's underage, allegedly. Well, it's out there. You Google what he did in Baltimore while he was married. He allegedly got a girl pregnant. Well, allegedly got the girl pregnant in Baltimore while he was there. And he still came back. And he let it be known, too. He's been
underage. You mean young or underage?
Young. Allegedly.
But he's saying allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know.
It's factual.
I don't know.
Just Google is factual. You Google it, it's factual. And his wife talk about it. Like look, I'm trying to tell you. Allegedly, all you got to do is Google Jamal Bryant allegedly extramarital affairs. That's all you got to do, and everything will pop up. And then
now I don't follow Jamal Bryant like that, so I don't know the man's background per se. I know he's from the DC area and things he's trying to do here, but other than that, I really don't follow the man like that. So I don't really know his story.
I know me to comment. I know he like V103 preacher. He's our preacher.
He is scamming ass.
On God.
He is scamming. Look, he's the Boondocks episode. He's a Boondocks episode, walking Boondocks episode. I'm trying to tell you, like he was his wife. One of them was on one of them housewives shows.
But no man is perfect. You know what I'm saying? A man is a man is a man.
Yeah, no man's perfect, but I
You know
can't
what I'm
rock.
saying?
He said even the stuff he said recently, like I'm trying to tell you. Look, you better watch it.
All right. Hey, man,
I'm about to
boy, you got some
say,
strong
what
words
else?
for the man,
That's what
boy.
I'm
Like,
saying. What
you,
else
boy,
did
like,
he?
oh, you
So
some money.
besides that, what else
You
did he
ride
do?
him,
What else did he do besides that?
when you ride him, watch your pockets. That's all I'm saying.
All right. All
Okay.
right.
I mean, look, man, I'm sorry. I hate to
You know, hey, you know more about it than I do.
look,
I
man,
can't
I'm
comment
talking,
on it. You
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
black folks because he one of those, like, if you say something like, say, if you go to this congregation, you talk trash about them, and them all our elders or whatever say, not my pastor. He ain't my, no, you don't talk about my pastor like that. So them the ones you gotta be worried about. They protect it. They worship him. They worship God. He's one of those. They worship him more than they worship God. So,
Well, that means they're gonna be coming after
Yeah,
you with they canes
hey
and
man,
everything.
throw some
that's
peppermint on the
good.
side. They'll be all right. Throw some peppermint and butterscotch. But look, man, I hate. Man, look. I know we back in our second season. Like I'm raining on everybody parade, but I'm just like I'm trying to give context, give everybody they choose who they want to rock with, whatever. I'm just trying to give a clear picture for us with some folks that we think is like Nas said, no one trusts no black leaders because we saying black lead man. Look,
So wait, so with all what we talking about, where do we go? If you thinking like that, where do we start then? We can't trust black leaders. Like
5%
what are
said
we
knowledge
gonna
yourself.
do?
Knowledge yourself. You from New York?
No,
Knowledge yourself.
I know, but I'm saying like you got to be some financial backing somewhere. We got to have somebody in Congress to make those kind of moves and decisions. We got to
I
lean on
mean,
somebody.
the way I say it, look, I mean, you're not gonna like everybody.
No.
Everybody's gonna have some flaws somewhere. Even Dr. King has some flaws. Wasn't
Yeah,
nobody perfect.
Dr. King
You
sound
know what
like
I'm
your
saying?
boy,
I
your
mean,
boy.
it just all depends on what's going on at the time, and if it's something that you can get behind, a cause that you can get behind. You know what I'm saying? Kind of overlook what they may have done for the time being for the purpose of the greater good. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just, because you're not going to like every single thing about everybody. And, everybody, a lot of people have an agenda. It's just human nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Some agenda may be good, some agenda may be bad. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You brought something, maybe think about something as far as with what he said, I guess the hypocrisy, as far as I'm talking about Jamal Bryant. Far as with, when they had Donald Trump had the Black History Month at the White House. And people, listen, a lot of black folks was Trump. Now, disclaimer, I don't rock with Trump at all. You know what I'm saying? Some of his ideas, whatever, they cool. Like don't tax overtime hours. I'm cool with that. But, for us, what he invited black Trump supporters there. They was up celebrating Black History Month. Like he had, some black celebrities there. And Jamal Bryant, this is so crazy. This is what I don't like about, because you gotta separate church from state. While he was preaching Sunday service, he called them coons. He was talking about Trump. Now you separate church from state, so they can't get taxed. But you speaking political stuff, you should be getting taxed. So he called them coons. He called all them coons. Roland Martin blocked me on Twitter for some odd reason. I don't know why. He called them to help and all this and that. But meanwhile, Roland Martin was shucking a job in front of Hillary Clinton with some hot sauce. And what's the difference between that and when Obama invited Pusha T, Rick Ross, Wale, J. Cole, all them to the White House? It really wasn't no. Now I know it's I'm talking on the surface. I ain't talking about parts with the Congress and the House and all that. What policies was met during that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was just
What was the difference?
it just was a publicity thing, I guess, or just
That's what I'm saying. And
a
then
people a likability event for
That's what I'm saying.
likability.
I'm trying to be impartial, non-biased about that situation. Partially, you fighting whatever celebrity go here, whatever celebrity go over there. Whatever party you want to align yourself with. I don't care because at the end of the day, we all pawns to them. You know what I'm saying? They all of them be kicking it. You see how Trump and Obama was kicking it together at Jimmy Carter's funeral. God bless his soul. They was kicking next to each other, laughing, giggling, and people on the surface, everybody thought they hated each other. Like, no, it's politics. They're the same wing. I mean, they're two different wings on the same bird, left and right wing. They're on the same bird. They be kicking it with each other. That's what I take from that. So now that
I mean, I think Obama is just trying to be cordial. I don't think I don't think deep down Obama likes the man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think he does. But for the cameras, just trying to show some respectability.
Politically correct.
That's
That's
just
politically
that's
correct.
just him. That's
Okay.
just his.
Being
That's just
politically
his
correct.
demeanor. But
let me ask you this.
it's
I'm gonna ask you this. Say you Obama, you first black president. You one of the most likable president in our recent history.
Right.
You're going to see. You're going to pay your respects to President Jimmy Carter, and they know the seating. They say, "Yeah, we're gonna sit you next to Donald Trump. You don't like him? Don't sit me next to don't sit me next to him. Sit me next to Kamala, because Kamala's sitting in the front row, and all of them. I'm not sitting next to dude, and my wife didn't show up with me on top of that, because she don't really rock with Trump, Michelle Obama, I'm talking about. So I ain't gonna be keying with him, quote unquote, your op. You ain't gonna be, and he already said you weren't from this country, so I'm not trying to be with somebody talk ill, even though it's politics, but that stuff Trump was saying about Obama was personal, saying I wasn't born in this country. So
right.
it's like, that's not no political differences or whatever. That's talking about my personal. You talking about my mom's, really. You talking about when my mom gave birth to me, gave me life. So I'm like, I'm not trying to be next to you at all. I'm like, no, sit me on the other side. So that's why I think cats have a choice with who they, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people in our lives we don't really rock with, and you ain't trying to see them at all. But if you're in the same building, you ain't gonna be sitting right next to them, laughing and joking and all that stuff. That's just my take. But I get it.
Yeah. But just like I might not like somebody and be invited. We might could be invited to the same wedding and wherever we sitting at, we just sitting at. You feel me? Laughing and joking is another level. But I'm just saying, a lot of things is not, they just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, sit here, it's political, presidential, it's on TV. The ropes. Obama trying to be prestigious, and you know what I'm saying. No matter what, so you got to deal with the others. Just got to mingle with them, and to fit in and to make everything go smooth. But I feel what you're saying. You definitely got a choice, but sometimes things are just set up a certain way where it's unavoidable. And instead of me then about to try to stab them in the side, we just just be cordial for the screen, for the TV.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been season 2. I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest. Man.
There's
a lot of stuff.
That's cool.
Like,
let's transition to new music though. New music that came out. You know what I'm saying? Today, one of the albums, "Token of Appreciation" by Boldy James and with producer Chuck Strangers or whatnot. I know you all had a chance to listen. 11-track album. It's actually pretty good. Chuck Strangers is, for those not familiar with Chuck Strangers out there, he's from Pro Era with Joey Badass. I think he produced the 1999 album mixtape for Joey Badass or whatever.
He was heavy production on it. He did mad joints on there.
Yeah, he even
1999.
raps. He had a rap out. He had an album last year or whatever. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But this album is all production. More of a like 90s soul type of feel.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it's nice. I was checking
don't know if
it
you
out.
had a chance to listen to it or not.
Yeah, I was checking it out earlier. It's a nice vibe. I got that Cali, that whole Cali vibe. You know what I mean? Got that. It's a nice joint. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a lot of features on it.
Yeah, that's dope. And it's so crazy. He's originally from Lithonia, but Boldy James, like Detroit. He grew up in Detroit, and he's Griselda, so that's that album's pretty good. I've been because you said that one, and what else we had?
Actually, that's his third album this year alone. This is
Yeah.
Boldy James' third album this year, so he putting out output. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he dropped 2 albums in January.
Mm.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
he doing this thing, and what else? What the Westside dropped? What 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Westside Gunn.
Westside dropped that 12 project. You're getting a lot of traction on that. You know, a lot of people is feeling the vibe. They got some new meme going out about Westside. Like or his fans talking about have you ever, you know, they was like he always asks the most wildest
Questions.
combinations of have you ever, and they like so it's a meme going on around right now about that project, off of that project on the how off the how you ever. But he got a lot of, you know, he got a lot of joints on there. You know, Stove God Cooks is on there. You know what I'm saying? He got it's vibing. You know what I'm saying? That number 12, it's like a Hermes 12, just calling it 12 though.
Yeah, because he always
Mhm.
put out good projects. I mean, people say he ain't the most lyrical, but I don't know something. He's one of my favorite like Griselda personally. It's just like his album's like art, literally like art. Like it's like it's
So West
orthodox.
Side, yeah. I mean, he ain't my favorite. He's not my favorite, but he's the most animated out of them,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm
Hey, beats,
saying?
Yeah,
them beats. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
West Side is ill. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he's not my favorite, but you know he get the traction moving. He got the combination of all, like you said, the most animated, the wrestling. You know, got the
Yeah. Yeah.
clothing,
cover.
Yeah.
the music. You got the
What else
artist, so
dropped?
it's going down. Yeah, he
Larry
got
June.
Jansport J.
yeah the
Uh,
Jansport with that
he
Cali
he
vibe.
dropped he dropped
Okay.
today. You know he's from he's a California cat. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
what's the name of his album? I think Corvina something. I
I
can't
heard.
remember
Yeah,
exactly what
pray
the
for
name was,
Corvina.
but
Pray for Corvina.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
He's been on the underground scene for a minute, but he's done a production for a lot of cats, man. You know what I'm
Okay, that's
saying?
why I heard that name before. So he's rapping. He's rapping too
He
on the.
doing production.
He's doing
Yeah, nah,
production.
he's rapping too. I think he's rapping also. Yeah, he's
Okay.
rapping and doing production.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah,
Jansport.
I heard the Jansport J. I heard of him before. That's like I was like, okay, he rapping.
yeah, he's done production for like Dom Kennedy, Snoop. I think he's got production credits with Hit Boy. Uh, Trying to think, a couple other cats, man. I
Mm,
can't think off the top of my head, but those are some of the ones that I know of or whatever. But he's been on the scene for a minute, just more underground or whatever.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the album's pretty dope, man. Nice, you know, laid back vibe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he's definitely doing his thing or whatnot. So
word.
check that.
yeah.
The
That's a,
Alchemist and Larry June and
yeah,
Two
that
Chainz.
Alchemist and Larry June. Yeah, that Life is Beautiful joint. That's
Everybody's
Yeah.
like clamoring for like I'm glad two. There's a lot of people saying like I'm glad Two Chainz rapping on some boom bap beats, man. Like it's like
Mhm.
he
yeah, and
it's
I think he working on a project too, with another project with
like
who is it?
selected.
Yeah, Stack
Now
Selector.
been
Yeah.
done. I'm trying to figure out when it's dropping.
Yeah. Because I seen him. They had they interview, you know, on the Sirius, him and Larry June and whatever the case was, and he was talking about that, you know, doing some more boom bap tracks. Talking about, like you said, the joint was done already. They just working, waiting on the right time to drop it or whatever. But this right here, I think, is going to propel him to push it, you know, to
Yeah,
drop that joint sooner. Because
yeah,
yeah, 2 Chainz, you know, 2 Chainz, his Titty Boy, you know, it's crazy. That's the only dude I can think of when if you hear Titty and Boy, you don't think of no homo. He was the only one back in the day. You thought Titty Boy, you ain't think no funny shit. But yeah,
yeah,
2 Chainz, man, he's still doing his thing. He's, you know, his swagger, his flow is just like Larry June was saying. It kind of brought him, you know, got him spitting a little different, you know, trying different styles and flows or whatever. So that's a good combination right there for them
Well,
for
you
them
go
to
back to
work
old
with.
Larry June stuff in the early 2000s. He was rhyming like T.I. He was spitting like T.I. Like Larry June stuff like in 2010.
Yeah,
It's
Mhm.
OG Genesis, not OG. Was it OG? Oh, no, OG. I mean OC Mako. What's his name? OC Mako from Let God Rest. So he passed away like
hmm.
this past year. He had a song. You guessed it. OG Mako. OG
OG
Mako.
Mako.
Oh, you guessed it. Woo! You remember,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that track.
he put Larry June on.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Yeah, he put Larry June on.
that's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Another talk about combo albums. You know that joint with Dave East and Ransom dropped. That joint is pretty fire. The Final Call.
Okay.
Okay.
Ransom. He been one of the top bar spitters for the last
Ransom. Yeah.
couple of
I
Ransom.
fuck
joints.
with Ransom, man.
Yeah,
I fuck
Ransom.
with Ransom
Yeah,
hard. You
he
know what I'm
really
saying?
so Dave East been my guy since for a while, but kind of slacked off on Dave East. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, me too. No
because I used to
yeah,
go in with
He ain't
getting.
really been putting no music out like that though, has
I
he?
mean, he been dropping some
yeah.
stuff, but you know what I'm saying.
It's supposed to be him and what? Vado and somebody else was
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Vado, yeah, him, Vado, and yeah, they did a dope joint. It was some joint, man. I keep
Yeah,
trying to
that's supposed to be
remember
kind of
what
supposed to be a group.
song. They did a few joints together though.
Yeah.
For him, Vado, and who else? Was it Fabulous? No, it was somebody else, but
I think it was Fat. I don't know if
was
it
it
was Fat.
Fab? Him,
I
Vado,
don't,
and Lloyd Banks, I think, had a joint.
yeah, Lloyd Banks. It was Lloyd
Oh,
Banks.
that joint was fire, B.
Yeah,
And the
it's supposed
track
to be
was
a group.
crazy too. But this joint with Ransom and Davies is really fire. They got a video out. They got some visuals for it. You know what I'm saying? So that album is definitely fire. You definitely check that out. Davies got on this. When you rocking with Ransom or lyricists like that,
Yes.
you gotta be having to spit some bars. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's definitely a dope
Ransom,
project.
he come with it, and he just that same. I don't know, man. It's just the cadence and the tone of his voice, man. It's like
Yeah.
it puts you to listen, like he giving you a lecture.
Nah, but
Yeah,
You know
for
but
what I'm
real though,
saying?
though,
he,
that's what it
Yeah.
really be like. And
yeah,
what he be saying, it's just crazy. Like I'm telling you, he's one of
rappers.
my top five since the last 5 years type deal like
See,
that.
that's what I'm about to say.
Mhm.
2020 on up.
Yeah,
Day,
yeah. And then really
Ransom.
2017, but that was before everybody was all on, before they was recognizing that he was back popping. But yeah, you're right. 2019, 20, them projects he was dropping, the Edward
2019.
Scissorhand, that's what I call it. But yeah, that joint is dope, man. That joint is dope for sure. You definitely need to check that out.
Yo, we gotta I know we can pay respects to Irv Gotti, man, because I've been seeing online. He ain't really he been getting some love, but he ain't BET showed him love. He re-aired the Murder Inc. documentary and stuff, but
Right.
like I don't think he understand. People don't understand how
Yeah,
pivotal he was.
nah, for sure. Because Big, Irv Gotti really put out like the people he touched, careers he touched, and the people and love a lot of these art. Like you don't think of it because you think of the artist, but Irv Gotti had his hand in a lot of
Yeah.
people's success in their careers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For y'all don't know, he did "Can I Live" off of Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. He did it.
Yeah.
It's, "Can I Live?"
That's one of my
And then
favorite joints from Jay-Z. Period.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how Irv was talking about how he helped did was he
DMX.
said X and Jay he said Hove came. He said, "Yo man, what's that?" Because he said this is off of Ja Rule record. And he's like, "Yo man," he said, "This is fire." Then he called Irv later. He's like, "Yo man, I need to get on that." He said, "Fine." He said, "Jock got the hook and wrote it for him." It was "Can I Get a What?" That's the lead single off of Hove's
That project.
third album, with the end, Hard Knock Life 2, because he said the second album after Biggie died, Volume 1, he had the Hitman. He was trying to do like Biggie did, and that didn't work. He said, "No, you ain't Biggie. That's not working for you. Like you need to," because he heard he was doing with X. He said X sold 8 million at the gate off that first album, and then Hove was still struggling with that Volume 1. And it wasn't really hitting like that. And he said, "Hey man, X Wave and Irv Gotti did What's My Name, DMX.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought Timbaland did this. He did that Lee and DMX song Back in One Piece. Back in One Piece.
Oh yeah.
That's him. Yeah, I didn't know Herb did that.
Irv did that. I thought Timbaland did that. Irv did that joint.
I know what you talk about. Yeah, man. Irv Gotti, man. Salute Irv Gotti, man. Real
I know
talk.
one of my favorite Herb Gotti cuts is you only a customer off of the Jay-Z
Your only customer. Yeah.
yeah that hook that he
Oh,
used and that
yeah.
sample that he
Yeah,
used, the
man.
LL Cool J
He's from
sample.
Queens,
Yeah.
so he had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, I think, because like even Nas and Ho said, what's the biggest thing about Irv? Like, what's his biggest his biggest asset? His mouth. What's his biggest detriment? His mouth, because he'll say some stuff, get him in trouble. He say some stuff to get him to that next level. So it's like, yeah, man. You know, Murder Inc. Like I don't care what nobody say, man. Murder Inc. He put a
that was a legacy. That was a legacy run, man. A legendary run. Like I know it was mainly Ja Rule, but you know, Vita was in there. You know, like I'm about to say, you know,
Ashanti was in there.
Shanti, like
he made
they really didn't really need a lot because they had big hits, like big hits. Like you could run through Ashanti and Ja Rule songs, like they need to be
Ja
on
Rule,
first.
he was selling. He was what, going like 3-4 times platinum
Ja
or
Rule,
whatever.
7, 8. He was
Ja Rule, right?
Oh,
Ja was
really doing. Yeah, he was really crushing it. Like,
right, he was right for Mary J and J Lo.
Yeah.
No, Murder Inc. was. Then he had Lloyd. Then he had the Murder Inc.
Yeah, he had Lloyd.
Like Murder Inc. was, and then he was a head producer. He was producing for other outside artists, but then he said, "Oh, I'm producing this song for you X, Y, and Z, but you got to throw Ja in there. I'm putting Ja got to be on this record.
Get Ja Rule on there.
Shanti got to be on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm putting my artist on. I'm producing for outside of Murder Inc. But if I am, my artist got to be on one of those songs.
We're gonna work with him.
That's crazy, yo, man.
I think Irv kind of messed his. I mean, I'm not gonna say messed his legacy up, but when you know that last documentary that he did or whatever, you know, people didn't. I mean, when he started talking about Ashanti, that's kind of rubbed people the wrong way. He came off like as some kind of creep or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it may sound crazy. I think he was really heartbroken because he really did love her. And shout out to Ashanti because she gave a heartfelt thing, saying, "Yo, you know, it went for you. I wouldn't be here. My career would be at the day. I hate if we didn't." Man, and she attended the funeral too as well. She attended it. Hove was there. Hove Rough Riders. Then what? Like they was like, so she shot because Ashanti didn't have to do that. Ashanti could have been like not saying nothing and chilling, but she gave her thing, and God, saying be with Ja Rule because Ja Rule he's still torn up. He lost his mans. That's his mans. Like so, it's like it's not just and the kids too. So it's a lot of moving parts in that. And his brother Chris got it because he said that he talked about it. He was talking to Dame Dash on another show I seen. He's like, well, he died like when he was playing poker, eating Chinese food. He had a hemorrhage in his brain. Diabetes didn't kill him. The effects of it. He said like he had brain hemorrhage. And he died like when he's playing poker, eating Chinese food. And I thought it was like, you know how people put up a headline. I thought it was a joke. But he actually said that. I was like, oh wow. And so that's unfortunate because I forgot he was one of my. No, he wasn't my heroes, but I like he was the underdog. Like he put out, he betted on himself and won.
Yeah.
That goes back to say, like, his brother said he didn't. I'm going to prolong the situation, whatever, but he said he got diagnosed with diabetes like 10 years ago, and his brother was saying like he really didn't think he had diabetes. He was just kind of brushed it off, and he started taking it seriously to like the last, I don't know, X amount of years from, last 5 years.
Because I think he had an incident prior to him passing not too long ago. Before he passed, he had like some other type of incident due to the diabetes or whatever.
And Russell Simmons wanted to, tell him to come to Bali, and he got to get his health right and stuff. Oh
yeah, you gotta take care of your health, man. Especially at diabetes or whatever. That's no joke. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I know it's not no semi-breaking news, but like so it's a new topic. Like something came out like maybe about like.
Well, hold on. Before we go to the next topic, let's just hear a rest in peace to Roberta Flack. She she just passed away. The one that singing "Killing Me Softly," the original "Killing Me Softly."
Yeah,
she got mad joints though. She got mad joints though, but.
Yeah,
I just wanted to shout out to her since we was talking about RPs and legendary people that made it. Like a lot of people don't even know that "Killing Me Softly" was not a Fuji's original record. You know what I'm saying? So
Rest in peace to Brother Flack, Gwen McCrae, Chris Jasper from one of the original Ozzy Brothers members, and
that's right.
Someone else. I forgot it's someone else that passed.
Yeah. Do the rest in peace to the better flag, man. I wish we could play some music, but we can't do all that. But
Yeah.
wish we could play some joints from them. But want to salute.
Shoot, man.
Oh,
Kevin
What else you got?
Kevin Lyles.
Kevin Lyles, yeah.
That's right.
He's from a lawsuit, sexual harassment lawsuit from the early 2000s. A woman said he had harassing her. He had groped her breast or something like that, and her buttocks, and that eventually he had raped. Not that day, he allegedly raped her. Later on, not in the same one saying this is all allegedly, but she's filed. It's a lawsuit's been filed. She's suing Def Jam, Kevin Lyles, and I think UMG as well.
Some from 2010.
Well,
no, not 2010. It was like 2000, early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Okay.
No, she's and she's a Jane Doe, so she don't have to, because in New York you can file a lawsuit. You don't have to
give out your
reveal your identity and none of that stuff.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, talking about lawsuits and all that, they got your boy. It's been being reported anyway, so allegedly that your boy, the little baby, is part of some murder investigation that's going on. 13-year-old kids got killed, and the police is just saying like, if he didn't shoot that video in the hood over there in the rival gang area, then the shootings wouldn't have happened. So basically, they just trying to say that because he shot the video, which sounds crazy to me, but I mean, I get what they saying, but at the same time, you can't.
Who are you talking about?
Lil Baby.
The little baby from Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Well, Lil Baby shot a video in a rival gang's neighborhood.
And then they started spinning the blocks and whatever. But they saying it was a call from a dude from jail. I don't have his name, but they saying it was a call from dude from jail.
But see, the reason why a 13-year-old boy got killed.
Right, the birthday party.
The birthday party, they retaliated and shot back, and so
there was a string of shootings going on, and they basically blaming the baby for shooting a video in that neighborhood. His name is named in the warrant or whatever.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, all I say is this. All I'm gonna say, as far as all y'all artists out there, young artists particularly, even some of the older artists, when you make it, leave that BS behind. You don't leave it behind. Like, some people you can take with you, some people you can't, and the ones you can't take with you have a negative impact. I'm sorry, they got to fall by the wayside, because that's the whole goal, is to get out of that environment, that type of environment. That's the whole goal. That's the main objective. Like, get your mama out, your loved ones out, and look.
No, I mean, it's easier said than done when that's all you know, and that's all your only friends is in the hood, and you so happen to get lucky. Then you're right though. I mean, there's no question. You're right. That's the main objective.
You can't take everybody with you though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
mean, you can't. I mean,
like,
I mean, you can't want something more than someone wants it for themselves or whatever.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta want better too. They don't want it.
You can't.
I can't drag
convince them. Yeah, you can't.
Grown ass man. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing, like, say for instance, like, say we can take, I guess we can take Lil Baby for example. Like, he's successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quite sure, like, once you got that first taste of success, like, you first said, okay, I went platinum. All right, I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna shoot my video, in the hood. Like, ooh. After that, like, case in point, when Biggie popped off, the first video was with Juicy, right?
Yeah.
Besides Juicy, and maybe One More Chance, did you ever see him shooting more videos in Brooklyn? Have you seen the other videos in Brooklyn? Who was that? Where was Biggie shooting his videos at?
They were on set, movie sets. Yeah, movie sets.
Mansion.
Yeah.
You never see another video of him in Brooklyn shooting. Hov, for example. Like, I'm just saying, like, you certain things you gotta, unless you already, like, you well off and you established, you set now, and you got, all right, you that legacy artist, so to speak. Like I'm gonna go back and like Nas, he went back, but it was on some fly,
But
it's on
but like
some
shooting a video ain't really doing nothing for the hood. Going back to the hood just to shoot a video in the hood ain't really doing nothing.
it's
Like you
it's
ain't
not,
really doing nothing for the hood. Like
nothing creating
you
more
just in the
jealousy,
hood. You just
creating more
there.
jealousy, more than anything.
More jealousy and envy because niggas is hungry out there.
Yeah.
You looking like a snack. You looking like a meal ticket basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
So, man, well, let's wrap up for the night, man. You know what I'm saying? And for everybody out there, you can catch the Music Life Social podcast on Spotify and on YouTube at Music Life Social. We'll be coming at you twice a month, maybe more,
right.
with all the, entertainment news, social issues, lifestyle, to keep people informed, empowered, knowledgeable, and just, what's going on in the world.
That's right.
You know,
That's
we
right.
appreciate y'all, but check us out. Subscribe, definitely subscribe.
Yeah, yeah.
Support us. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. Peace.
All right.
It's life. We out.